Welcome to Sunfire Designs. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different that I haven't done in a while, and I am going to be making a tray. This is the poinsettia mold from Pouring Your Heart Out, and I am using Estoyo resin. I mixed up 6 ounces of Estoyo resin, and I used my mixer to try to keep as many bubbles out as possible. It has very few bubbles, and the ones that are in there will dissipate when I pour it into this mold here. I am going to be using these flowers. I got them at Michael's. They are part of the Recollections collection. I took them all out of here, sorry. But it's got 3 different leaves. I bought 2 sets. It has 6 flowers, so there's a bunch of different flowers here. And then it's got white ones too. And then it has little flowers also. They're really pretty. So, I took it apart and figured out what I want. I did not trim these up yet, but I set aside the ones I wanted to use. These are fabric flowers, and they are found actually in the scrapbooking section. And they have a bunch of different ones, a big selection. However, a lot of them are also paper flowers. So just if you're gonna get some, be careful that you get ones that are fabric. I don't know, well, honestly, I don't know how well paper would hold up. I feel like paper would absorb the resin and be kind of see-through or patchy. So I personally don't know that I would use it, but if you know that's what you've got, or if you want to give it a try, go for it. All right, so these are the ones I picked out. I don't know if you can see them right here. This gorgeous set here, and these 3 leaves, and then I'm gonna maybe throw in a few of these. I don't know yet for sure, but I'm going to start off by trimming these so they're not as long, so I can just kind of stick them in places. Now I'm going to be working backwards, so everything that I want to do, I want to put, so whatever I want to be on the top, I'm going to put face down so that I can make sure that I get what I want to go where I want it to go. My plan is to have this on here, fill it up, not all the way, and then put a black background on it. I also have some gold and rose gold stones mixed together that I'm just going to kind of put along the edge so that it's just not plain. I think those will look pretty. And I've got my silicone tool, and I think that's it. I think that's all I need. Oh, and I've got alcohol spray, so I can spray it just to help eliminate more bubbles. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pour into the mold. And I don't want to fill it more than like halfway maybe, so I might have made too much. I don't know. I feel like this one takes 9 ounces and I made 6 ounces. Actually, I don't mind if it's more than halfway as long as I've got enough room to put the backing on. And I think I will. I do want this to be enough to kind of let me submerge the flowers in there. So I'm not going to scrape this out too much because I don't want to get bubbles or residue or anything. Sometimes when you scrape out too much of it, you get like residue. So I'm not gonna, that's as much as I'm gonna scrape out there. And wipe this off because otherwise it's gonna drip. I've ordered a new mat in the back for the background because this black mat has got, for some reason it's like warped, I think from the heat of things curing on it, and it's just kind of got like a dip. I mean, it's fine, it's not going anywhere, this is flat, but it's just kind of, I don't want it to start affecting my pores. So I bought the stuff to do this a while ago. I actually made one, and then there was a mishap with it, and I had to redo it, so I just haven't had time to redo it. but it came out, it started to come out really cool until I had my mishap. And what happened was it got moved and put somewhere that was not level, and so the tray became warped. And that was before I put the background on it. So I want to try to do it again and actually have the back be flat. So I'm really going to let this cure really well, and then after it's fully cured, then I can move it over. I'll put the background on it and then let it cure again. So I probably won't be moving this for a while. I might, after it's cured enough to move, put it over on top of the heat mat, but I don't know. All right, so I have found with using these that if I kind of take and dip some of the, pour some of the resin on top of it in the center so that it kind of doesn't get room to kind of get a bubble in there, that really helps. So I'm gonna do that, and then you just push it down and push these out, and it might lift a couple times, but it doesn't take too long for this resin to start to get a little harder, and then I just keep checking on it to make sure it's pushed down the way I want it to be, and that there's no bubbles, because the fabric will let out little bubbles for a little while. So usually what I do is I just kind of keep an eye on it for a while. All right, so I'm gonna put these 3 in here. I need to get myself a towel, a paper towel. Here we go. All right, so I'm putting these on the bottom because I want them to be facing the top, and I'm just going to place them in, and then I can move them around where I want them to go and overlap them if I want them. I want them a little overlapped, not totally overlapped, but I also want to make sure they're centered as much as I can center them, at least. Things will shift. It will not be perfect. I'm trying to come to terms with that as a perfectionist. I'm going to stand up and see if I can. Sitting down is nice, all well and good, but I can't always tell. Does that look centered? Maybe this way just a little bit. I think that's very good. I mean, if I wanted to be totally OCD about it, I could get a ruler and measure it, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that OCD. All right, so now I'm going to do the same thing with the flowers. So I just need to decide where I want the flowers to go. And again, that one is upside down. Put them in the correct way. Don't want anything to be totally upside down if you can help it. And this one here. And the flower, the leaves are not going to be perfectly centered because they are different lengths. So this one is a little shorter. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put everything in here and then see about checking it by standing up again. I'm going to move this one a little bit. So it's in between those two because it keeps getting hung up on that. This is sticking up some and it keeps getting hung up on that. All right, let's see how this looks. Don't mind me. I'm super focused if you can't tell. All right, there we go. I kind of like, hopefully that looks okay. To me, it's throwing me off because I'm very much everything should be centered kind of person. And I'm going to get another, I can't do this. Here we go. Slide things around some. It doesn't matter how well you lay it out ahead of time. At least for me, I end up moving it once I've placed it. All right. Go. All right, let me see if that looks centered. This one is longer than the other ones. I can't seem to kind of get it to move. I think that's gonna have to do. All right, I'm gonna quit messing with it. It is pretty saturated, so they're gonna float, and I'll just keep pushing them down. But if you push them down, it shifts everything. So at some point, I'm just gonna be like, all right, fine, stay where you're at. It's not gonna matter if it's changed position a little bit, because what's gonna happen is it's gonna give it dimension. So if it's back a little bit further, you know, it's a-okay. I don't think I'm going to put the little flowers in. I think I'm just going to, or do you think I should? Do you think I should put little flowers in? Let me try one and see. All right. Oh, that's cute. All right, we'll put a couple of these in. I cut them pretty short because I don't need them to stick that one there. We'll do one more. I'm very symmetrical, I think was kind of the word I was looking for earlier. I like things symmetrical. I know that's sometimes good, sometimes not. It can be annoying to be a symmetrical person when things are not symmetrical. Okay. All right, so that's good. I'm happy with that, I think. I feel like it needs to all be moved over this way, though. Let me stand up. All right, I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna quit messing with it. All right, so now I'm just gonna take the stones and kind of go around the edge. I'm not worried about them being perfect. I will take my tool and kind of pop them in a little bit. Like push them towards the edge, and I don't need to have it completely filled, and if some of them float around, that's okay with me. I used like a champagne gold. I didn't want to use like the super bright gold because, I mean, it's pretty, but to me, I like this gold looks more natural. I guess maybe I should have used the other gold because it would go with the yellow flowers, but oh well, a little late now unless I go back and add more, and I don't really think I want to. I think this would look really pretty in front of a blue background too, but I'm really leaning towards the black. I don't know. I'll sleep on it. Maybe I will put it on the blue. If I was doing this as a live or something, I could ask people, but the issue is that not everybody's around at the same time, and I don't know if I'd even get anybody watching a live if I did a live. So I'm much more of a gonna record it first, edit it, make sure that, you know, things go the way I want them to. These are really light little flakes, little stones are pretty lightweight. They're not heavy, so they kind of float around a little bit, but that's okay. I don't want it to have like a heavy line around the edge, just kind of like a wispy or a, I don't know, a more delicate line. I may add a little more just to even out some spots, but for the most part, I just want it to be kind of delicate and just something so that it's not a plain edge around the edge. I can see a couple spots where I need to add some more though. All right, get in there. All right. Try to work these in. I probably should be using a more flat silicone tool. Don't mind me. I'm going to talk to myself or talk at myself. I mean, I'm talking to you, but I'm kind of brainstorming aloud while I'm doing it. Let's see. Let us use this one. I need to order more of these because they start to pull out of the handle. All right, I'm using one with a little more flat thing so I can poke them underneath and kind of scoot them over a little bit closer to the edge. Maybe not. Probably could have started off with putting these in around the edge and then put the resin in, and maybe that would have helped them to stay closer to the edge. But hindsight, am I right? Yeah, I figured I'd do something a little different because I'm sure that not everybody wants to see my creations of new flower patterns. And I do have a couple other things that I'm working on that are not flower pullers necessarily. I started another mold tonight, and I have something that I want to do like an ocean pattern / theme on. And now that I only have one more week of school, I should have time and hopefully energy to start doing some more variety of things. There we go. I probably could fiddle with this for hours and still be fiddling. So I think I'm going to tie this up pretty soon here. Let me stand up and look and see how that looks. It looks pretty good. Not so bad. All right, well, I am going to stop right now. I am going to spritz it with some alcohol because there, along some of the leaves, there are bubbles that have risen from underneath, as it does when the fabric absorbs the resin. It kind of forces the bubbles out. So I will spritz it, and then I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to walk away. because that way I don't mess it up by fiddling with it more. All right, I think that's good. I will probably check it in a little bit and maybe spritz it again if it needs it. And otherwise, I will see you tomorrow when it's time to add the background. All right, see you soon. Okay, it is the next day. This is cured and I am ready to go with the next step. So I have mixed up, I decided to go with blue, some really pretty blue. It's not super dark, but it's not like really light either. What I used to color it is I used navy blue paste by Color Passion. I used a tiny spoonful, a little scoop of Blue Blood by Eye Candy. It's like a blue with a black hint to it. And then I used just a little bit of some rose gold glitter to give it some shimmer to blend, to go with the edge. So this is what I ended up with. I don't know if you can see. There's just a couple little glitter pieces in there, very slight. And it's not super like mica powdery. It's just got a little bit of a sheen. So that is what I've got. So I'm gonna go ahead, I mixed up 3 ounces. This, I put 6 ounces in before. This is 3 ounces, I believe this takes 9. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pour it on and then move it so that it covers the entire thing. And there we go. Just gonna kinda make sure that I disperse it everywhere. And I am going to turn on my curing mat here, just so that I can get it to cure a little faster, so I can probably unmold it tonight. Super excited about that. All right, let me move this onto the side. All right, I'm right-handed, so moving it this way is going to make my life easier. Go there. There we go. I think it only ran to that one side because of the way I poured it. It looks like it's pretty even here. Really pretty, it's just got a shimmer to it, and it's just got a little bit of glitter. Looks really pretty, and that was the exact perfect amount. So looks like I took my notes correctly. All right, so I will put on the heat mat and then I'll come back and unmold this hopefully tonight before I go to bed. Worst case scenario, if it's not done by then, it'll be first thing in the morning. It is only like 4 o'clock, so I'm hoping I should be able to get it done before bed. All right, I will see you soon. Okay, it's done. It's done. I'm super excited. I can't wait to see how it turned out. All right, here we go. Ready? Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, it's so beautiful. And it's got just enough sparkle. Almost looks like a night sky. And oh my gosh. Things did shift just a little, but you know what? It's not even super obvious except for to me because I'm kind of OCD. If I put it this way, you can't tell. Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it. What do you think? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. Thanks so much for being here. I'll see you next time. Bye.